All right, all right. Hey, how's everybody doing? This is your host, Louis George Walker, and welcome to the BFTAA and More show on a Monday right here in Kansas City, Missouri. This is KUAW, Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And we're coming to you live and in living color from the KUAW studios located in the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. This is a project of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association and the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, who came together and formed this radio station, Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. So now we are a media broadcasting titan right now, so we're rolling with it. So I hope you're enjoying us. You can pick us up right now on Facebook on our Black Family Technology Awareness page, also on the KUAW main page, and we're also on the YouTube KUAW Radio, and I'm getting ready to bring us up on Twitter. It's a little bit different to get us up on that, but we're going to see about getting that up right now as we get ready to go into what we do here. So, as part of the KUAW, BFTAA, and More show, we tell you about what's going on in technology, things going on with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, KUAW Radio, W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, and other things that are in the news and in the city. We also like to bring you information of what's going on with technology. And one of the main sources that we use is the space program. So we always show you a little bit from NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which is a government program. So our tax dollars is funding this. So you want to be involved in what's going on at NASA. So we're going to start this show off with what's happening this week in NASA so that we get a little glimpse of that, and then we're going to do Space to Ground from NASA. So both of those are from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which does a lot of the research and development that has made our space program and a lot of our other programs here on Earth become into being. So, you know, without NASA, there'd be a lot of discoveries that weren't made because the whole thing of getting a man in space, that land a man on the moon before the end of the 60s decade, spurred a lot of research and development. And that is still moving forward. Our electronics have gotten better. Our learning about our bodies and our physiology, how we can work and monitor it, has gotten better. And a lot of that is due to the space program. So, before we go into anything else, we're going to move right on now to what's happening this week at NASA. If I can get that up.
Looking to power surface exploration on the moon, new imagery from the surface of Mars, and our newest flight directors. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. NASA and the U.S. Department of Energy have selected 3 design concept proposals for a fission surface power system design that could be ready to launch on a demo mission to the moon by the end of the decade. Fission systems are relatively small, lightweight, and could enable continuous power regardless of location, available sunlight, or other environmental conditions. This technology would benefit future exploration under our Artemis program. For more information about NASA's investments in space technology, visit nasa.gov/spacetech. NASA's Curiosity Mars rover has spent the past year traveling through a transition zone on the red planet from a clay-rich region to one filled with a salty mineral called sulfate. Imagery captured of rock formations in this transition zone is visually stunning, but could also provide evidence that a major shift occurred in the planet's climate billions of years ago, which led to the dry conditions that we see today. Curiosity will celebrate its 10th year on Mars August 5th. For more information about Curiosity, visit nasa.gov/curiosity. NASA has 7 new flight directors. After completing a comprehensive training program, Heidi Brewer, Ronak Dave, Chris Dobbins, Garrett Hinn, Nicole McElroy, Elias Mirmo, and Diana Trujillo will oversee operations of the International Space Station, commercial crew, and Artemis missions to the moon. On June 18th, Howard University in Washington, D.C. hosted a screening of the NASA documentary, The Color of Space. The documentary features thought-provoking conversation between current and former Black astronauts, recounting the influences and inspirations that put them on the path to NASA and what they experienced on their journeys to the agency. Some of the astronauts also gave advice and shared personal stories of hope and resilience to students who have aspirations of following in their footsteps. The 50-minute documentary is available for free to the public on NASA TV, the NASA app, NASA social media channels, and the agency's website. Vice President Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Douglas Emhoff recently hosted an event at the Naval Observatory that included NASA STEM education activities for military families and local students and their families. The event also featured a special screening of the Disney Pixar film Lightyear. Several current NASA astronauts attended the event, including Tom Marshburn, who was the NASA technical consultant on the film, Stephanie Wilson, and Jasmine Mogbelli. Former astronaut and NASA Associate Administrator for Education, Leland Melvin, was also there. Our Office of STEM Engagement seeks to attract and engage a diverse group of students to STEM fields, to contribute to NASA's work, and to build a diverse future STEM workforce. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on the web at nasa.gov/TWAN.
All right, yeah, that was what's going on this week at NASA. And we're going to roll right on into the next bit from NASA, which is called Space to Ground. So let's get ready now to see some more of what's going on in space from NASA on Space to Ground.
Houston Station on Space to Ground.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Shaniqua Vereen. This week, NASA updated astronaut assignments, demonstrated new science and technology, and got a look at a heat wave. On Thursday, June 16th, NASA announced that 2 NASA astronaut test pilots will fly aboard the agency's Boeing Crew Flight Test mission to the International Space Station, where they will live and work off the Earth for about 2 weeks. CFT Commander Barry Butch Wilmore, whom NASA assigned to the Prime Crew in October 2020, will join NASA astronaut Sonny Williams, who will serve as pilot. Williams previously served as the backup test pilot for CFT while assigned as commander of NASA's Boeing Starliner 1 mission, Starliner's first post-certification mission. As CFT pilot, Williams takes the place of NASA astronaut Nicole Mann, originally assigned to the mission in 2018. NASA reassigned Mann to the agency's SpaceX Crew 5 mission in 2021. The hot days of summer are officially here in the Northern Hemisphere, and NASA is monitoring the heat from above. NASA's Ecosystem Spaceborne Thermal Radiometer experiment on Space Station, or EcoStress, recorded some record-breaking temperatures this month. Built and managed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California, the EcoStress measures the temperature of the ground, which is hotter than the air temperature during the daytime. Its primary mission is to identify plant thresholds for water use and water stress, giving insight into their ability to adapt to a warming climate. However, EcoStress is also useful for documenting other heat-related phenomena, like patterns of heat absorption and retention. Its high-resolution images, with a pixel size of about 70 meters by 38 meters, are a powerful tool for understanding our environment. This week, we answered the question, do astronauts have Wi-Fi in space? The Expedition 67 crew participated in a ballistocardiography session while wearing the SmartText 2 shirt. Ballistocardiography looks at body motion related to the pumping of blood by the heart. The Wireless Communication Network Wireless Compost 2 investigation is to provide a flexible and adaptable wireless network infrastructure to conduct and execute low-power, low-weight, and wireless experiments on the International Space Station. For this demonstration, Wireless Compost 2 operates several experiments, including an experiment to examine the impact of the space environment on the cardiovascular system. That's Space to Ground for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
All right. Yeah, that's Space to Ground right here on KUAW Radio. We hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you heard that, but hey, it is what it is now. It's already went past. So we're going to get right into what we're going to be talking about today or this afternoon. Hope you've been enjoying the day. It hasn't been too hot. It's a little bit better than what we had last week this time, but it's summertime in Kansas City, and we've got to enjoy it. We've got to enjoy it because pretty soon it'll be fall, and we'll be wishing for warm weather. One of the things I wanted to talk about, though, was the request for public input on the Community Revitalization Grant Program. So the state of Missouri is looking for input, and a lot of times people say, well, they didn't listen to us, they didn't hear us. Well, if you're online, if you can contact them, the Missouri Department of Economic Development is requesting public input on Community Revitalization Grant Program. Now, that program is to use some of the money that came from the stimulus program. Let's see if I can show you that. I may not. I think I can. Let's see. There. Okay, you can't see me, but you can see it. This is got this email request for public input on Community Revitalization Grant Program. So the draft guidelines and the survey are now available. So as this says, the Department of Economic Development is requesting public feedback on its proposed Community Revitalization Grant Program funded via the state of Missouri's share of the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA. $100 million. There was a $100 million program. We got $100 million from that program that Biden and the Congress sent through. It encourages strategic investment to recover from the negative economic impacts of COVID-19, revitalizing communities and spurring economic recovery and growth throughout the state. So this is what this is about. There's $100 million that the state has received from the federal government, and they're going to have to use it. The public input survey, linked below, will assist the Department of Economic Development in creating the Community Revitalization Grant Program, including minimum and maximum awards, eligible applicants, and funding priorities. Public input of this survey is now open. So that means you can go in and do this survey now to give them what you think the amount of money should be for grants, what's the minimum amount of a grant, the maximum of a grant, a lot of that. This is where they're asking the public for input. And you've got until 5 o'clock on July the 11th. I think I told you about this last week. You got until 5 o'clock, July the 11th. And if you're unable to input this online, so if you know somebody can't do it online, don't have a computer, you may submit your comments by contacting the Department of Economic Development at this phone number, 573-751-4962. Complete information is available on the Department of Economic Development DAED's ARPA Community and Business Development webpage. So that's what you can take this survey. They got a link right on it. It says, you click on that link, you'll go to the survey, then you can take the survey. That was the thing I was looking at, the input survey. And let's see what happens if we click this link. So if you click that link, it takes you to this page, the introduction. Thank you for taking time to complete the input, and that's what it is. Tells you what they want you to do, how, what's it going to be for, and then you can go through it and actually start filling out the survey, giving them the information, the type of things, who you are, all of that, and then going through, the grant. So this is something that we need to do as a public. A lot of times we don't get our input in there, and then we say, well, who decided this? Who came up with this and this idea and stuff? Well, this is where they're asking the public. Now, are they going to use everything that we say? I don't know. But if we don't put anything in, they're definitely not going to use that because we didn't put anything in there. So if you get a chance, go to the Missouri Department of Economic Development's website. Let's see if we can get back there. economic development website, and their business, you see, they got information there. The guidelines are here. So this link would take you to this page. There you go. And that is on https://ded.missouri. So if you can see this page, I don't know if I can bring that in. It's showing you the page, but it's not showing you the image. But if you go to the Missouri Department of Economic Development, you can get the URL for that. I thought maybe they would have that there. It's a link, and the link is connected to the URL. So you see, if I copy that link, it's really still not going to show it. But anyway, if you go to the Missouri Department of Economic Development, you can get to that page and find out about taking that survey on the Request for Public Input Community Revitalization Grant Program. So how can our communities be helped from the devastation that COVID did, especially in the urban core, is how do we want the state to help? How do we want to use this $100 million? Do we need better parks? Do we need to improve our schools and make sure that they're getting up to date on their technology so we don't have the students that fell behind be able to catch up, or if this was to happen again, that we're more prepared, that our students are ready. But a lot of different things. Is it to give more money to some of the nonprofits that are working in the community to help alleviate people's suffering that have lost jobs or have become homeless or facing eviction or things like that? But that's what we can find out by doing this survey. So that's what I wanted to bring to you. You've got until July the 11th. If you want information or if you have any questions, give me a call. At the station, you can leave a message. We're at 816-599-6893. See if I can get that going across here. There we go. So that's our phone number, and give us a call. I can give you the information that I have or tell you where you can go on the state site that you can participate in this survey to help give direction to the revitalization funds that the state of Missouri is going to be spending. I don't know how long they have to use the money, but we've gotten $100 million in the state of Missouri, and we want to make sure that if we have some ideas that we want to get those out. So I hope that you would. Now I'm going to turn on our chat overlay so you can also put this in the chat. There you go. So it says the live chat is now connected. So if you want to let me know some of your ideas or if you have any questions, put it in the chat. Now, if you put it in or if you want to put it on a Facebook, which this is in Facebook that you have to go to the chat, if it's after this show, which is 5 to 5:45 on Monday, the 27th of June, that's okay because I will be going back looking at the Facebook page and I will answer your questions whenever you put them in. So if you have any questions about this grant and that program, I would appreciate you contacting me. So that's one of the things going on. I did see another piece, and I haven't, I need to see if I can pull that up for you guys. There was some kind of train accident, an Amtrak train. They were talking about mass casualties. So let me see if I can get that up. See if I can search and pull that up. Okay, yeah, here it is here. One of the news sites has it. It said, an Amtrak train going from Los Angeles to Chicago derailed Monday in Missouri after striking. It hit a dump truck, and at least 3 people were killed and multiple people injured, authorities said. 7 cars and 2 locomotives on the Amtrak Southwest Chief train derailed near Minden, Missouri, at a public crossing. The Missouri State Highway Patrol said the train had 243 passengers and 12 crew members aboard, Amtrak spokesman said. Excuse me. At least 50 people were injured. This comes from Fox News. Fox Kansas City reported the Missouri State Highway Patrol said there were deaths from the incident, but declined to specify how many. But the headline says at least 3 dead. So we don't know if it was more. But this was an Amtrak wreck that happened. It says Monday. Amtrak train traveling Los Angeles, Chicago derailed Monday. So that would be today. So if you had anybody that was traveling that you know of, you might want to check and see if they're okay. Our hearts go out to anyone that may, or families that may have lost their life in this. But, yeah, we want to definitely give prayers out to those that were in this accident. So just wanted to give you a little bit of breaking news that I just had picked up as I was going through the internet. And I thought that was kind of important to come out with. Now, another good thing that happened here, and not say now another good thing, here is a good thing, because that train wreck definitely wasn't a good thing. But there was something good that happened over last week, I remember. I think the weekend I saw this post was Kansas City named the best place on earth to work remotely, beating out international metropolises and capital cities. So Kansas City was found to be the best, and this is from Iceland Air. So, you know, some airlines, I don't know if Iceland Air even comes into Kansas City, but they got an opinion like all of us and stuff. But it says Kansas City, Missouri has been voted the best place on earth to work remotely. According to new research from Iceland Air. The city, which is home to around 500,000 people, was one of 150 analyzed by the airline, which ranks cities according to how easy, safe, and healthy it is to work in them. Factors included internet speeds, quality of life, cost of living, and health care were all considered in the ranking according to the research. People have become accustomed to flexible work arrangements after social distancing and work-from-home requirements were put into place during the pandemic. So among employees surveyed by Iceland Air, 58% said they would like a fully remote position in the future, while 39% said they would prefer a hybrid work model. As travel reopened, more people also began to take working vacations as a result of the flexible nature of remote work. Kansas City beat better-known international hubs like Vienna, Copenhagen, and Wellington to become the world's best city for accommodating remote workers. And that's because people are more interested in slow travel since the pandemic. That was from Gisla Brian Jolfsson. Yeah, that's an Icelandic name. Director of Global Marketing at Iceland Air, as he told CNBC. Cities like New York and L.A. aren't always the best when you're looking to take a step away from the busy hustle of a usual working day. So Kansas City is ranked as the best city for remote working. So for all of the people that are working from home, or all of you that are listening to us in other cities, if you're going to take a break, fly on into Kansas City and do your work from here. We've got good internet speed, and we were just researched and announced from Iceland Air that we're the best city, best place on earth. So they did this all around the world to work remotely. So I know T-Baby's down there in Houston, and she does some remote work from Kansas City. But, yeah, she may not have known how great it was to do remote work here in Kansas City. And a lot of people now are able to do their work from home. Some of you have never got back into the office even yet, still living that pandemic lifestyle. And some jobs are letting people go ahead and stay at home. Some are asking them to come back, and then the hybrid model is out there. So Kansas City, you can pat yourself on the back for being the best city to work remotely from. All right. I also like to let you know that the Black Family Technology Awareness Association is in our planning phase for the 2022-23 school year and our robotics and technology STEM program. So we're doing some planning and developing. If you checked out our Facebook page in the last couple of days, you may have seen a recruitment flyer that we put out. I also sent some emails out to some of our email constituents that they could volunteer at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We're looking for that, but we're also looking for some people to help us with planning some of the projects that we're planning on doing. We're going to have a retreat on July the 14th or 15th. I think July the 14th. We're having a retreat that's going to be a planning retreat where we're going to sit down and plan this. So we're looking for ideas for STEM programs, what you would like to have, what you would like the Black Family Technology Awareness Association to do. Our main focus right now is robotics, is restarting our VEX and our Lego robotics program. But we also want ideas from the public of other programs that we may want to start. Somebody said, where did my volume go? Uh-oh. You guys can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Thought I had my volume on. I don't know where it went. It looks like it's on there. Let's see. Yellow. Testing 1, 2, 3. Got to see where that volume went. Oh, okay, now. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Some of you that are listening on the audio side only may not have heard. See that up there. So if you can hear me now, let me know. Trying to make sure that my volume is going okay. It's hard to listen to it as I am talking, but it's not impossible. Let's see what I can pick up on my Twitter feed, if I can hear me, because there's a little delay there. I am talking, but it's not impossible. Okay, so I hear me on Twitter now. And that's a pretty good thing. Now let me see if I'm still going out. All right. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like I'm still going out there. Hopefully, I've brought the volume up some. Let me know if you guys are having any trouble hearing me or if you can hear me. I see it says that you can hear me now. Good. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Let me know when there's something going on that doesn't sound quite right. I appreciate that. Also, as I said, the chat line is open, so I was able to look on my screen and get that message because we've got a connection. I can see the Facebook messages, and you can see them right there on the screen. As you can see now, it says you're good now. So, so that's a good thing. We'd like to make sure that we're working and we're using the technology to the best of its ability and our abilities too. Now, I forgot exactly what I was talking about on that as we got into the volume thing. But let's go on to some of the other stuff that we were talking about the recruitment and getting information from the public. So we've got a MailChimp link on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page, and I believe it's also on the it's not on YouTube. But you can go there and see what we're doing, what we're planning on doing. And if you'd like to help us out, we'd love to have you as a part of it. We're doing that planning. We're going to be getting our programs together, and we're rolling out. We've got a new robotics room that we're wanting to rebuild. If you know anyone that would like to help us to either donate some equipment or some time or funds to making a state-of-the-art STEM room, and we're going to mainly do this room for robotics. We've got a brand new classroom that we're wanting to outfit. We need some tables for the kids to work on. We don't need school desk type tables. We need tables for kids to work on kind of in a stand-up position that they can build robots on and work on from there. We'd like to have those with wheels on them and rolling. We also need some painting done. So if you know someone that can help us with that, or we would definitely look at taking donations to build this robotics room. We may even do a crowdfunding program for it. I'm putting together a list of the things that we need and the costs that are going to be involved. And we'll crowdfund that, and we'll look for donations that can help make this robotics room be a good learning space for students. We're going to have kids in there building robots, and we'll maybe eventually go into more STEM programs. So we're wanting to make this a state-of-the-art, out-of-school science project, and room that kids can really work with and that the community can use, that you may have a program that when we're not doing robots, that you want to do something else in there. So that's what we want to do. We want to make a good STEM facility or room in the Learning Center so that we can do a lot more science and technology. So if you could help us out with that, if you want to know more about it, contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We're going to be having that retreat, the planning retreat, but we're looking for ideas now. So if you'd like to talk to me about that, if you want to contact me, give me a call. You can leave a message here at the station, 816-599-6893. You can email us at bftaa@sbcglobal.net or the contact list that's going across on the screen right now. You can contact us through KUAW Radio, which is a project of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association and the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. So we're wanting to make this state-of-the-art STEM room. It's going to be one classroom initially that we want to set up for mainly for robots first, but basically for building and working with technology. So 3D printers, CNC machines, some hand tools, but work tables, work surfaces, and we need some storage cabinets. And if they're movable storage cabinets would really be good because we're steadily moving things around, rearranging things to make the work better for the kids. So if you'd like to help us out in that, be sure and contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association because we're wanting to make this great. And if you have some ideas on planning a room, if you have some experience in working on developing STEM rooms, if you're a teacher or an architect or somebody that's worked with that, get in touch with us. We'd love to get some ideas to make sure that we can make this the best we can with what we got where we are. That's what we want to do. So we want to be efficient and we want to make a good STEM facility for our youth. This is the start of the comeback from the pandemic, and we want to hit the ground running. We want our kids to be able to excel in working with STEM projects here. All right. So that's the soapbox for the Black Family Technology Awareness recruitment. And if you'd like to volunteer with us, we're always ready for volunteers. That's for sure. Now, there's some things going on in the city that we've invited to, and that's going to be our digital inclusion, KC Digital Inclusion Group is going to be talking about the interconnectivity in the city. We've got some things going on that we'll be meeting with them. So we're trying to make sure that we get the best information, the best work that we can get to bring technology into the community, so that we are exposed, that we have access to, that we use and appreciate what's out there technology-wise. So the Black Family Technology Awareness Association is doing meetings. We're meeting with other nonprofits and organizations in the city because there are a lot of people working to make things better, and you can get involved in that also. But people like the KC STEM Alliance, the Urban Tech, Esteem Village, We Code KC, and the Kansas City Digital Coalition, or Coalition for Digital Inclusion. That's what the name of it is. All of those are groups that are working to make that connection between technology and all of the people in the community. So that's all the people in the community, not just in the lower class, not just in the upper class, but all of the people in the community. So stay tuned. We'll be giving you more information as we find out more about that going through the next few days. But there's a lot happening this summer technology-wise, and I think that this next school year or by the fall, there's going to be a lot of activities, a lot of things that you'll be able to get involved with that can be real helpful. One group that's been working with technology a long time, ever since it started, is the Kansas City Library. Kansas City Library has done a lot of work. They've helped us. They've helped other groups. They help facilitate meetings, and space has been made available and all of that. So be sure and support your local Kansas City library. Yeah, they're real helpful there. One of the things going on at the Central Library this month, and it's June 29th, so day after tomorrow, Wednesday, there's going to be a speaker that's talking about halfway home, race, punishment, and the afterlife of mass incarceration with Reuben Jonathan Miller. So that's something that you may want to check on if you know how we talk about the prison industrial complex and the pipeline from school to prison and all that. Well, there's going to be a speaker talking about race, punishment, and the afterlife of mass incarceration, what happens after people have been incarcerated. That's going to be at the Central Library. Reuben Jonathan Miller's interest in mass incarceration began as an ethical commitment to caring for the least of these, he says. And it intensified during his father's and brother's experiences behind bars. Miller spent years working to understand the nature and causes of incarceration and how the system fails families and all of society once a sentence is complete. By speaking to hundreds of current and former prisoners, particularly his fellow black men, the result of that research is Halfway Home, Race, Punishment, and the Afterlife of Mass Incarceration, which he discusses at the library's Ann Kiekendorf's, library's Ann Kiekendorf. In the book, Miller explores the idea that even after a person has served out a sentence, he's never again a full citizen, and I think it might be he or she, never again a full citizen, but a carceral citizen, living in a supervised society. Many facing regulations and restrictions, barring those with felony records from securing decent housing, wind up experiencing homelessness. Learn more about housing instability, including the scourge of eviction, by visiting the exhibition Evicted that's on display at the Central Library through July 17th. Miller is a professor at the University of Chicago's Crown Family School of Social Work Policy and Practice, and a research professor with the American Bar Foundation. So this is going to be Wednesday, June the 29th, the reception at 5:30. The program will start at 6. You have to RSVP, so you need to go to the Kansas City's library site and RSVP for this event that's going to be happening. Or if you want to watch it from home, you don't have to RSVP if you want to watch it via YouTube. So you can tune into youtube.com//KC Library at the event start time, and it's the same speaker, Mr. Reuben Jonathan Miller, will be giving his talk at the library. So you can pick it, you can go in person, or you can listen to it on YouTube. That's Mr. Reuben Jonathan Miller. He's talking about his new book, or about his book, I won't say it's new, Race, Punishment, and the Afterlife of Mass Incarceration. All right. So that's something to check out. I know we're concerned about that. A lot of families, and if your family hasn't been touched by incarceration, I know mine has, that you may know someone whose family has a family member or something that has been or is incarcerated. But it's what happens afterwards that becomes a thing. You know, some people, it can ruin a life. Some people can work their way around it. But this is something that especially in the African American community, is prevalent. And not that everybody is a part of it, but it is definitely something that a lot of families have been touched by. So it may be something that you want to check out. All right. So there's a few other things going on good and new in the city. Not in this city, I should say in the news. The Phoenix Suns have named Morgan Cato as Assistant General Manager and Vice President of Basketball Operations. This is an African-American woman, Cato, who graduated from Stony Brook University and Harvard Business School's executive track, has worked in the NBA league offices for the past 10 years. Her most recent role was Associate Vice President of Business Operations for NBA League Operations, where she was a vital member of the executive team who focused on strategic basketball planning to advance the game. So this is an African-American young lady that is now Assistant General Manager and Vice President of Basketball Operations for the Phoenix Suns. Good moving up, good looking out. Also, in the news, Mr. Henry Louis Gates, you always know him. He's looking up your ancestors and all that good stuff. He's going to be overseeing a new Oxford African-American English dictionary. Yeah, so there's an African-American English dictionary that's going to be coming out. It's going to be from Oxford University Press, the new Dictionary of African-American English. Gates is the director of the Hutchins Center for African and African-American Research at Harvard University, and he will spearhead a team of researchers and editors from Oxford and Harvard on this new project. So there's going to be a new book out. I guess they're not calling it Ebonics. They're talking about African-American English, but Henry Louis Gates is part of that, and that's going to be a good thing. We'll have to see that dictionary when it comes out. Also, coming to television sets near you and definitely in Kansas City, I've already seen the advertisements for it. Jennifer Hudson is set to launch a new TV talk show this fall. Yeah, first, fresh off of her historic Emmys and Grammys and all of those things, they call it the EGOT. That Jennifer Hudson has announced a new venture. The multi-hyphenated creative is set to get her own talk show titled The Jennifer Hudson Show. Already cleared in more than 95% of the country, the show is slated for national syndication this fall. And Hudson has Warner Brothers behind her and the production team responsible for the Ellen DeGeneres Show. So Hudson's show will also be filmed on the former Ellen studio lot. So Jennifer Hudson is operations are moving into the Ellen DeGeneres' studio location and all of that. So with a big company like Warner Brothers behind us, let's wish her well and hope that she has a great talk show. She's definitely a dynamic personality that has done a lot of things on the entertainment field and stuff. So let's see how Jennifer Hudson will do on the talk show circuit. I think the local ABC affiliate here in Kansas City is going to be carrying it. So it's going to be something that I'll check out when it comes out and see how she does. As I say, you can always reach us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. Leave messages and contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association with any questions that you may have or anything that you'd like to bring to our attention. We're constantly trying to improve and to meet and to bring new technology to the community and an appreciation for it. If you want us to show up at your school, we did a school up in north of the river before school was out this year. We go to PTA events and we talk about technology and try to encourage people in technology, especially young people. So we'll come to your school event. If you have a PTA event or a back-to-school thing that's being planned, contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, and we can maybe get that on our calendar so that we can show up at your back-to-school event. We can bring some robots there that you can actually see some of the stuff that we have kids involved with. You can get kids involved in our robotics program and any other programs that may be of interest that we're going to be offering this year. Don't know everything that's coming out of the planning session, but I'm looking forward to it because I think we're going to have a lot of new stuff. It might not all start right in September. Some of it may be the second semester of the year and stuff because we'll start with our robotics program, but we'll finish with some of the new programs that may come on board throughout the year. Also, if you're involved in a program, if you'd like to bring it to us and we can work with you on it, we can maybe do some of the things at the same time as long as you have some of the people to work on it. Because our staff right now, we're trying to recruit as many people as we can just to handle what we've got. But, if there's a way that we can help out, that we can work with you, we definitely would be glad to do that. So be sure and contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. As I said, once again, if you have some ideas, we're in our planning mode now. We're going to have a planning session retreat in July, the middle of July, I think of the 14th or the 15th. But we need ideas as soon as possible of things that you think may be helpful that we can do. We also need input on building a STEM environment, a classroom that will feature STEM, that provides the kids opportunities to work on the robots, to work on any other projects that we may have. So we need a lab, not a classroom. And that's what we're working on, is making a STEM lab right here at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. And if you have some experience with designing, with equipping a STEM laboratory, I'd like to hear from you. We can need all the help. We're not experts on this, but we have the desire to make this available for our youth in the city. So we're wanting to work on a state-of-the-art STEM lab in a classroom so that our kids can work on robotics and do any other STEM projects that may come along. So get in touch with us. We'd like to work with you. We could always use your help and your support. Also, if you want to donate any funds, be sure and go to our webpage, www.bftaa.org. There's a donate button on there. You press that and you can donate directly into our PayPal account using your credit cards or however you can. We would appreciate that. And also, if you're working with a company that does matching funds with donations, we are a 501c3. So if you're working with a corporation or a company that will match funds, be sure and let them know that you're donating and supporting the Black Family Technology Awareness Association so that they can get matching funds. And if they need some paperwork or 501c3 determination letter or anything like that, get in touch with us. We'll be glad to work with your company, your employer, to make sure that your money gets the most bang for its buck. Because sometimes, I know when I was working for AT&T, if I donated money, they would match that up to a certain amount. So there's a lot of corporations that if you're involved in it, if their employees are involved in it, then they'll get involved in it. They'll support what their employees support. So the Black Family Technology Awareness Association would be glad to receive your support. We need that. We also need you. If you would like to come and help out at the BFTAA, Black Family Technology Awareness Association, we'd love to have you. We are a non-discriminatory organization. Anybody can come and help out. Anybody can be a member of BFTAA, and we would love to have you work with us. So we want to get these robots back out. We want to get drones out. We want to get 3D printing done. We want our kids to know how to code, how to work towards anything that they want to be that's in science, technology, engineering, and math. We want to be able to support that. So that's it. That's us for today. Be sure and join us every Monday from 5 to 5:45 or a little bit after. And also on the first and third Mondays, stay tuned for right after this show at 6 o'clock. It's B. Michael Long with Shifting Paradigms. We won't be in next Monday. I think that's the 4th of July. So the 4th of July, we won't be doing any broadcasting, but we will be back after that. So glad that you were here. That's it for today. Thank you for joining. This is George Walker signing off from KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. All right, stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your day.